What's up? It's ADR back with the ADR Sports TV, and we are back with another video. I told you guys we are going at it now. All right, I promise we're gonna get after it. All right. So this video is about Manchester United versus Brighton. Okay, I want to start off by saying big up to Ruben Amorim. The man has taken criticism. He's been ridiculed. He's been asked to be sacked by everybody almost amongst Man United fans. And this man has prevailed. He has continued to push through it. And this man has got 3 wins on the bounce. Yep. We got to give it to him there. We got to give it to him. This man, hey, look, we got to give it to him. All right. Manchester United actually looked very good today, in my opinion. Their attack was a lot more flowing. People were taking up different positions. It started to look like Sporting. It starts to look like these players are starting to buy into what he might be saying. Maybe he wasn't crazy in saying, oh, it's not the system, it's the players. The players are starting to buy in. They're starting to see things. There was actually changes amongst the teams that they had been playing prior to the last weekend. There was a change. Benjamin Sesko came in. He looked good. I think he got 2 assists today, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't. Casemiro got a goal and an assist, the lucky goal, and then I believe Sesko got an assist. But nonetheless, still looked good. Cunha has been looking good all season. In my opinion, I think he's been unlucky with a lot of the chances. But today he delivered his very first goal for Manchester United. I think he's going to get a lot more. He was one of my, I wouldn't say necessarily a sleeper pick, but he was one of my picks of the season that I felt like was going to go under the radar. And from the start that he had, he did. But people saw how he was playing. He was bringing people in. He was moving. He was dashing, still showing the confidence that he did from Wolves, getting pissed off, telling people, give me the ball when he's in a tight space, and then proving it once he's in that tight space. What a great finish he had from outside the box. Just around the defender. Those are just those are right there because the keeper can't see him until a little bit later. You have the grass cutters just nice and low around the defender, bottom right corner. You got to give him some plaudits for that one. Bruno Fernandes doing what he does, finding the final ball. But I think today, in the sense of the final ball, it didn't necessarily have to come from him. I think that he did a better job of delegating it to other people and trusting them to make the final passes. Casemiro rolling back the clock. I think he's been quietly getting better. You know, when he very first came in the Premier League, it seemed like it shocked him, the speed of the game, maybe some of the physicality. I think a lot of the things that he was able to do in La Liga to some of the Spanish midfields that he might have ran up against, he wasn't able to do here, right? You got bigger, stronger guys as well, and the speed of the game is a little bit faster. I wouldn't say faster in the sense of technically faster, right? But I would say just pace, right? Just the back and forth is a little bit faster in the Premier League. So instead of being comfortable on one way that you're going in the midfield, you've got to be on a little bit more rotation. And because Casemiro's older in age, right, he had to get used to that. Some people thought he was completely done, right? I was one of them. It's typically hard for somebody that age to be able to do it, but who else to do it than somebody as elite as Casemiro, right? Did a great job. Got a lucky deflection goal. Nice little layoff. Sorry, there's dogs that run through our yard, throughout the night. So if you hear rumbling, that's them, and if you see me look over, that's them as well. But great job overall by Manchester United. Now I know they're probably a little bit frustrated to let 2 goals in. You never want to do that when you've had such a good game. But I don't think Manchester United fans will care, right? Manchester United fans, you let me know down in the comments. I felt like Brighton were playing well, had good combinations, but something just felt lacking from them. I felt like they didn't get into the game until a little bit later, right? Um, Obvious for the 2 goals, but I'm just saying in general, I felt like they really started throwing more ideas together once they were down. Which if they would have done that prior to going down, now I will give credit to Manchester United in that Manchester United were on them. Their movement, I think a lot of things that Manchester United did caught them off guard. I think it really caught them off guard because they weren't expecting it. There's literally dogs running in my backyard right now. I'm not even joking. There's like 3 of them. But yeah. So honestly, it's genuinely sensational how Manchester United turned it around right after that Liverpool game. I know obviously they had the win prior to that, but after that Liverpool game, it seems like they started to believe that they started to really, really get it. That they started to feel like they can really get top 4 within the Premier League. I think that they'll get top 6. I still think there may be some hiccups and if they get injuries, but if they stay, as healthy as they are right now and continue to believe in what Ruben Amorim is doing and posing on the team, this is starting to build their confidence towards the system. And you believe in your manager, you're willing to do more. You're willing to give more on the pitch, which is something that Man United have struggled throughout the consistency of the other managers, is just showing their courage consistently throughout the season, no matter who they're playing. So it's great that we got to see them get up for Liverpool. A lot of Manchester United fans were a little bit nervous because, Brighton aren't that opposition that you can necessarily get a hold of. But shout out to Old Trafford. The fans showed up there. You could hear them through the TV screen. I mean, Old Trafford was buzzing today. I mean, you can tell that people are starting to believe, right? And what that does is Manchester United continue to build, win. When they do have those hiccups, their fans are going to be on their side now. It's not going to be you, da, ba, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? It's going to be more so, all right, hey, look, it happens, right? We know that there's some bumps, there's some dips, things are going to happen, right? But now the fact that they're starting to at one point, the one game a season can become a deficit when you're losing all the time because you don't have a chance to win midweek and get your mind past it, right? Now, we saw earlier today with Liverpool that doesn't necessarily help, but it can, right? And when you're on a downward slope and you're just having one game a week and you're just like, damn, the last game we played, it was like 7 days ago and it was a loss, and it was a loss, right? So you start having that, but when you're having one game a week, and your manager is able to start beating into you and repeat it, that repetition of what his system is and what he needs you to do, and you start winning, you start feeding into that throughout the week a little bit more. And now you have one game a week and you're winning. You're starting to actually learn the system and you're starting to see the rotations and you're starting to see it pay off, right? So big up to Manchester United. They did a fantastic job. I also released a Liverpool video, so go ahead and look at that as well. I released a short. I released a couple other videos, or another video earlier today about the first 2 games, Newcastle and Chelsea. Go ahead and look at those. Man, it's been a pleasure today. This is my last video today. We're starting up again tomorrow. Arsenal play tomorrow, and you guys know that's my team. Manchester City play tomorrow, and we got some other games that we'll touch on. I've been ADR. I appreciate you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Peace!